So, you have the interview, your CV got through, and now you're trying to impress a recruiter. My name's Neoemowarriorfish, and today I'm going to be giving you my top 5 interview tips and tricks. So number 1, obviously be prepared. Research the company that you're going to the interview for. Don't just assume that it's going to be the same as any other job you've had. Research the company, go on their website, see what their ethos is, see what kind of new things they've developed are, whatever it is. Google the company, see if they've been in the news, see if they've had anything kind of special happen to them recently. Take copies of your CV or your resume, the job description, and if you have kind of like a portfolio of digital work, take that with you on a USB. Read them over on the journey there. Show the employer whatever work you've done, and kind of impress them with it. Make sure it's in a nice presentable format. 2. Make sure you're prepared for the interview questions. All the prep work will go a long way to helping you prepare answers to questions that you should, or at least might get asked during the interview, as well as kind of Googling the standard questions like, what do you think the company is about? Why should we pick you? All that kind of stuff. If you're applying for a specific thing, like a social media manager or something like that, they will ask you specific questions. They will just go, so what social media stuff do you do? They'll ask questions like, how will you be able to increase our social media presence or something like that. You also need to know relevant questions that you can ask the employer, so it doesn't look like you don't care. Basically, make sure you have at least 1 or 2 questions to ask the employer when it finishes, so you can kind of impress them and make them think that you're actually serious about getting the job. You're not just there to kind of make your mum shut up about not having a job. 3. Timekeeping. Obviously, this is obvious. Plan your route. Make sure you know where it is. Make sure you're there on time. It's usually better to get there 5 or 10 minutes early, and if you don't have an alarm clock, get one, or just use your phone. Make sure you set alarms. Print out directions or maps from sites like Google Maps, or kind of use a GPS on your phone or on a GPS system in a car or something like that, and make sure you know where to go. Do a dry run. Take whatever route you're going to take a few days before, so you know where to go and you know kind of what's around and how kind of things you are. If there are like unavoidable problems, like there's a huge crash in front of you or something like that, tell the employer and the recruiter. Don't just not show up. Send them a call saying, yeah, hi, I have this interview in however many minutes. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go since fucking 4 people just died in front of me. Something like that. Obviously don't swear at it, but you know. Number 3, dress the part. Obviously, don't come in a fucking tracksuit if you're applying for a job where you'd be out in the open. Many companies would still expect you to turn up in a suit and a tie. So get a tie. After you have a proper shirt on, don't wear one of these shirts. If you have a proper shirt on, get yourself a suit. You never know when you would need a suit, so just make sure you always have at least one on hand. I have to wear 2 because I've got 2 because of school anyway. So I've got a lot of suits and shirts for that, but obviously make sure you have a suit around just in case you somehow walk into a job interview somehow. Make sure you always have a suit prepared so you'll be able to quickly and easily get it. Number 5, what to do after the interview if you're unsuccessful. Obviously, email the employer, ask for feedback, ask if you have to do kind of like a skills evaluation sort of thing, ask for the results for that. Obviously, take it as an opportunity to learn from whatever your mistakes were during the interview. The employer might think, oh wait, this guy's actually quite keen to understand what we can do, and he might put you forward or send you emails about possible vacancies within the company at a later date. Obviously, be polite. Send them an email or a letter or something like that saying, hello, my name is Connor, thank you for interviewing me. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the post. Please could you give me some feedback on how my interview went? Thank you. Or kind regards or something like that. Always be polite. Remember what your nan taught you. Politeness is a virtue and all that. Welcome to my outro screen. So this has been a kind of a fast-paced video for the main reason I can't be bothered to really do anything else tonight. In case you're wondering, you're like, yo, this kid's young, what does he know about being interviewed? I asked my mum and my brother and my dad. My brother has been in loads of interviews recently because of placements for uni. My mum interviews people a lot because of her job as a CEO or CCO or COO, as a COO. My dad, he's been in loads of interviews. Personally, I was supposed to have an interview yesterday, so I've done a lot of research into it. Although that interview got cancelled because of personal reasons with the interviewer. Hopefully I'll get another interview sometime. Okay, so press on my face for the channel subscription button. It will be basically from here downwards. Press on that for the link to my channel. They will open in a new video, in a new window. Press over here for my second channel, which is my tech channel. I had the first video of that up today. I am aware that in that one I have long hair and in this one I have shorter hair. It's because that one I actually did last week. Press over here for my last week's video, which is on Donald Trump. Well, not on Donald Trump, but on something Donald Trump says, which is all Muslims are terrorists. Well, he doesn't actively say it, but it's basically what he says. And basically I debunk that theory. Okay, see you around.